Hello and welcome to my Flosstube channel, catharinestitches. Hi, I'm Catherine and this is Flosstube 23. This is a bit of an extra video. I did say that I was going to come on and do a video about how I make my floss cards, or how I'm going to make them. So currently this is how I have my master set of CXC arranged, which is a little bit of chaos. So I have all my floss on these cards in this box or basket, so I kind of just flick through as I need them, and like it's not the worst, but it's sometimes a little bit chaotic. So I'll put that up there. I had seen, I'll put all the details down in the box below, on Etsy, this PDF to print out and make a set of these for your master set. Now this, I just give this a practice sort of run of doing this with my MO DMC Royal Broderie, that near full master set that I have. So I kind of had done it, and that was quite good because I did learn a couple of things on what I needed to do, what I didn't need to do. So essentially what you get is you get a PDF with, I think it's 13 pages, and that has the full master set. It has got sort of the variegated threads as well, but I only printed out the first 10 pages. You've got 3 columns per page, so obviously the last page only has 2, so in total you will have 29 of these, whoops, and one's just opened on me, 29 of these individual floss cards. Now I did go ahead and attempt to braid these, which I don't know whether that's going to work or not. I just thought it might be a way of this not getting tangled up as quickly. So I don't know how I'm going to work, because I don't really use this that often. I use this for a couple of projects, so I'm not using it as much, so I'm not sure. I was considering braiding, and then because obviously these are all different lengths because they're my old threads, I didn't know whether it was worth getting little elastic bands that, you know, hairdressers use when they're doing fine braids and things. I don't know. So anyhow, this is what you will end up with. Something like this. So yeah, something like this. So what you will need for it is, well, you'll need to check your printer at home depending on what their specifications are. I got some cardstock. I looked to see what the heaviest weight cardstock, so just plain old cardstock. You will need 10 pages, or if you're doing the full variegated, then you'll need 13 pages. Then you will need laminating sheets. I didn't really care what sort of thickness these were. I just got sort of the cheapest pack. So you need those. You obviously need a laminator. You need something to cut because obviously these come like this. So you will need to cut these down the lines. This very conveniently has a cutter in it. Then you will need something to punch the holes. Now I did get this little hole puncher. Now this is a 10mm puncher. This is what they recommend. It does give you holes that go like that, so that they match. They pretty much match these. Whoops, sorry. I might have to let the cat out. Sorry. So yeah, bought this please do not buy these. Do not buy these. This is rubbish. This is so difficult to punch through laminated cardstock. It's just too difficult. So I ended up getting one like this, and you actually can line up the hole and do it so it's precise. One of those. So you need something to sort of, you know, hold these. So whether it's going to be ribbon, I don't know. I just have these left over from when I was using Flosstube bag, so I've just got some of these. And then obviously you need your floss, which is here. Okay, so I have went ahead and printed these out. So I'm gonna just put on my laminator quickly. That might take a little while to heat up, so I'm going to speed this up so you do not have to sit and watch. Okay, back. 10 laminated sheets. So on each sheet, this is what I just like to do. You don't have to do this if you ever do this. You can see there's a little line top and bottom. So just for ease of cutting, because it makes the second step a little easier, I just take that off. My cutting is not precise. You can use scissors if you like as well. You know, you do not have to go out and get a whole new cutting tools. So yeah, very roughly done. And then what I do is that just makes it easier to line up in this little cutting the little line. So yep, just cut, line it up again, and yeah, then you cut. So there's your first 3. So repeat that with the other 10. And then what you want to do, I'll probably get a wee bit closer. What you want to do is you want to just line up your hole puncher with the hole, and you just punch. So just line it up. I mean, it's not rocket science. Punch. It does take a little bit of time, but it's like anything. There probably is easier ways of doing it. Whenever I was first trying to find like a solution for my floss, I had looked into one of those like Cricut machines, which are like they cut, like they pre-cut, you know, designs and things. And then I looked at the price and I thought, there's absolutely no way I'm investing. Fair enough if it was going to be something I was going to be doing, you know, to make money out of, to, you know, make my money back, or some hobby that I was into, you know, all the time. But I thought investing like over £300 into a machine to make myself floss cards, yeah, it didn't seem worth it to me. It did not seem worth it to me. So yeah, this is what we're going. This is what we're going with. So this card holds 17 colours. So as I say, you will need 19 of these in total. So you will be punching 19, well, not a full 19, by 17 holes. So yeah, your hand probably does get a little bit sore. So let me just grab. So I do have my, I have the, obviously with CXC, they don't do 1 to, what is it? 1 to 35. So this is, I can't remember what this is, but yeah, all I do is I just take it off this one. And it's just as simple as this. It is quite a therapeutic task to do, to be fair. And you just, like, as easy as that. So, yeah, so the Cricut was a no-no. I looked at all sorts of paper cutting tools to make it easier. I looked at those sort of like, it's like a round tool. I think it's used in leather work maybe, and you have a little mallet and you sort of hammer it. And then I thought, no, because that's again going to be quite hard on the hands. So I then just, I think it was after I'd used this little one, and I thought, oh well, if they're all going to be like that, my hands are going to, like, there's no way. I think the maximum I did in one sitting was like seven or eight cards. It was impossible. It was so painful. My thumb was actually so raw, and I thought, I'm going to give myself blisters, or I'm going to hurt my hand, and I'm not going to be able to do any stitching. So yeah, that was a big no-no. So yeah, I feel like that one is so much easier, and the fact you can see where you're cutting as well, because with that wee small one you can't, you're sort of relying on the paper guide on it. And yeah, it just wasn't working. It was very messy looking. You know, some of the holes were different. You know, I was kind of judging, all right, well, if I put it in that far and bring it back and line it up with the colour, I thought, no, this is not working. This isn't going to work. And especially, you know, for example, if I do, you know, because there is an option, if I'm kitting up an individual project, there is an option, you know, that I could technically print out this whole set and just sort of cut each one, and put these on like a floss drop. You know, put one hole at this end, one hole at that end, and put them on a floss ring. You know, that could be quite fun as well. Or I could even, you know, do like a snip, you know, online. I could, you know, sort of take all the colours, put them onto one of those pages, and sort of personalise it a little bit. I don't really know whether that's allowed or not, but you know, I'm not selling these, I'm not doing anything apart from just having fun with them myself. Like, there is a couple of projects I do have kitted up, but the likes of my Max colours, or the ones with a lot of colours, I'm tending not to do that, because I mean, if anyone's watched my previous video of my pattern parade, you see what I want to stitch. So if I'm going to get, even CXC, you know, that like CXC is very reasonable. It is very, you know, budget friendly. You know, you're talking for maybe a project with 90 colours, like I don't even know, could it be like 20 odd, 30 odd pounds? If you're kitting up 10 projects at that, you know, it is going to add up. So, you know, I feel like I need to be a bit more sensible. Well, not more sensible, but I don't tend to kit up anymore. There is a couple that I have kitted up in the past, like my Cozy Winter Book Nook, it is kitted up in CXC. There's a couple more like that, that, you know, and they're lovely actually just to pull out. I can take the whole bag of floss downstairs. I don't have to cart anything down. But I feel like with this, you know, like I haven't even calculated whether it fits. No, it does not fit in these. I was going to say, is it bulky or is it less bulky? But yeah, it's slightly longer than what I have. But there we go. That's the first card. I mean, there is an option to possibly, I was looking at, you're just gonna have to excuse my look because I've just finished work, so this is very much I've wanted to do this and I kind of wanted to get it done. You could get one of those soft binders almost that people have for like trading cards or things like that, and you could potentially put that into a binder. Now I'll just show you what this looks like quickly. So I did put a post onto Full Coverage Fanatics on Facebook to say, does anyone have any experience with braiding up their floss? You know, what's it like? Is it good? Is it bad? You know, what's you know, what is your thoughts? So that's how quick it is to braid up 3 colours together. But then you've got these 2 at the end which will be left, and I don't know how to tackle those. You can let me know if anyone's braided up. How do you secure your ends? Because I mean, that will just come undone presumably. Yeah, so let me just do another one just to show you here. I mean, the colours look lovely. It almost looks like a variegated floss. So I think the key is to do it quite loosely. So, you know, it's not, kinks don't really bother me, because I mean, you're going to be stitching, and it's not as if the floss is going to be like that forever. So yeah, so there, just to give you an idea, is the first 2 done. I don't know whether wee little ties would do well there or not. So that, you just repeat that for the full set. I know that the people I bought this pattern off, sorry, I've got loads of little things now in the carpet, they have knotted theirs at the end. Now, I don't know whether, there's not really enough. I mean, when you've got those braided together, there's not an awful lot left to knot. So yeah, I suppose it is quite nice to do it card by card, or you could do it all at once. I did the set that I've already done all at once. It was fine, it was grand, but I think you get sort of a bit more satisfaction doing it card by card, because then you can actually see them coming together. So you just repeat that by 10. Is a little bit time consuming, I must say, but I feel like this is going to help me work on my projects that I'm stitching for my master set. Here's hoping. I also have my master set of royal embroidery, which I will do the same for. I will just have to make sure that I differentiate what is what, but I'll know by feeling it anyway, and I'll know this master set is my all my other cottons, basically, because there's missing threads in that set. So yeah, because there's nearly 30, you know, you could do essentially 15 on one card, or one set of rings, 19 on the other. I'm not sure whether I would do the full 29 on one ring. I mean, you can see that there probably is room for a lot more, but I don't know. I don't know. It might look too bulky, is my only thing. It might look a little bit bulky. So this and this, I mean, it could work. It definitely could work. But maybe you'd need, you know, like sort of this size ring, or this, you know, you'd maybe need a bigger one. So anyhow, that is basically it. Just, I know a few people were interested in it, and I was going to be doing these anyway, so I thought, well, let's take you on the journey off, and you'll get to see the other side. Well, sort of the other side. Yeah, it's not very exciting. It's basically my unit here. That's my working from home desk. Very messy. That is where I use my hairdryer holder, and then that's that side. So yeah, it's very I feel like I've changed angle now, but anyhow. So that is it. I will link everything below if I can. The only one thing that I needed to get these or the couple of things, well, pretty much everything actually, but this was probably the biggest investment, was the laminator. But I always think it's good to have a laminator. Obviously this, the cardstock, and the laminating sheets, and I think it all was about £51, so it wasn't like obviously it wasn't a necessary purchase, but at the same time I can use all these for not just cross stitch stuff, you know. I can use these for other things. But anyhow, that is me. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can let me know whether you're going to try it, or if you have any experience in working with these. These really remind me of the Gecko Rouge, and I think that they put a ribbon on theirs. So yeah, you can let me know, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, and you get to see my full body, which probably isn't very flattering at this angle, but however, I'm not a professional, I just am enjoying it. So yeah, I hope you're all stitching. You can let me know what you've been stitching and what you've been doing while you've been watching this. I am going to work on Wednesday. Yes, I am still working on Wednesday. I've had a busy couple of days at work, so I've managed to get some stitching in the evening, although the weather's been great here. So anyhow, I waffle. I will be on Saturday to do my weekly update video, and yeah, have a lovely evening everyone. See ya.